Boot up the PC, my heart's in a quake. Sweaty palms gripping the mouse like a snake. Buttons mashed without a clue. In this pixel world, I'm gaming like a noob.
Hello, and welcome to the channel Gaming Like a Noob. I'm the Noob, and I call myself Sansomi. And if you subscribe to the channel, I say thank you very much. And if you're not, I say please do, it would help me out a lot. Now, it's Tuesday, it's the Welling Safe, and we're going to have our very first episode of the end of season episode or whatever. I haven't really come up with a name for it yet. Maybe I'll have that I have come up with that when it's being released. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing this all in one take, so to speak. I'm going to be recording because I have about an hour, then I have things I need to be doing. So if I can't summon it up in an hour, which I don't believe, so I think I'm going to be making it into two parts and cut it together. It's not going to be released as two separate episodes. It's just that there's going to be a cut in the middle of it somewhere. And I think we're going to be starting by looking around the world, looking around in the competitions, what has happened and stuff like that. So with that we can see, yeah, where everybody has ended and stuff like that. So let's go into inbox here and we go league in focus, and we start. Should we start with the Premier League? We start with the leagues, that's for sure. And I'm going to start with, I'm only going to take these four. And yeah, so we get into the Premier League and we go to profile. And here we can see City won the league. Before United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Norwich, Chelsea, Welling United, Tottenham, Swansea, Leicester, West Ham, Leeds United, Southampton, Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Everton, Sheffield United, and going out of the Premier League is Blackburn, Watford and Wolves. And we have the goal scorer. Top goal scorer was actually Oscar Thorne with his 28 goals, but he shared it with Manchester City's Erling Haaland, who also ended up in 28 goals. And then that's a Liverpool player that I can't pronounce his name, so yeah. Average rating, Oscar Thorne was actually the best average rating player in the Premier League. That's cool. Marcus from Arsenal, and then that's Kuyutu from Liverpool. Assist, United Silva, City's Foden, and Arsenal's Leandro. Player of the match, well, Kuyutu from Liverpool is really on most of these. He's not in the assist and he's not on the clean sheet or yellow cards. Every other one he is on. So that's interesting. Oscar Thorne there, player of the match 7 times. Erling Haaland 7 times as well. Then, yeah, we are nowhere to be. We can see how many clean sheets by going in here to see Eamon Harkin. He ended up shared 6th position with 9 clean sheets. He conceded 1.555 goals per game. That's there's been a lot of goals, I must say, because everybody has at least more than one goal per in ratio, whatever. That's high, to be honest. But yeah. So that's the Premier League. Can I just swap over by pressing this one? No. No, that's that. But the Premier League is the highest rated, and yeah, extremely surprised that we managed to get into Europe this year. And yeah, I didn't get the notification until the FA Cup game was over. Chelsea won it 2-1. So I'm pretty sure if Leicester would have won it, we would not have gone to Europe. Leicester would have taken that Europa League place, and Chelsea would have reached Europa Conference League. So yeah, lucky that Chelsea managed to win the FA Cup then. And I guess that's the Premier League. Well, we can see how things went, who went up. Let's go for the league table. So Newcastle coming back to the Premier League, Burnley coming back, and Derby. We don't need to talk much more about that division, to be honest. So maybe now we should go to the other two English competition. That is the FA Cup, which was won by Chelsea. Can we get a tree? Yeah, but not like that. From the quarterfinal, maybe we can go back all the way to the 5th round where we went out. So you can see here, United went out against Chelsea here. So interesting. Arsenal went out against Leicester. That's cool. And then can we do it here as well? Go into the competition? Yeah, of course we can. Carabao Cup. We're going to be seeing who won that. Manchester United won that against Sheffield United. And if we go back to the quarterfinal here, or maybe even another round, we have to go back really far. I think it's to the 3rd round to see us go out. Or was it even further back? Are you kidding me? Was it in the 2nd round we went out? Yes, against Luton in the 2nd round. Whew, that's remarkable. United beat Luton after Luton beaten us. So when we would have been drawn against Manchester United, that's when we lose out against that. Come on. We've been wanting to be drawn against Manchester United in a cup game so long to see if we can make a lot of money there. But all right. Then they beat out Chelsea, they beat out Manchester City, and then they won against Sheffield United in the final. I guess that's the English competitions. Let's go for another country that we should be going through. Who shows up next? It's Germany. So let's start with the Bundesliga. And I'll go into profile, and we go league table, and here we can see I have no clue about any of these players. So all we can see here is that Dortmund has actually taken over the reign in Germany from Bayern Munich. So that's interesting. Bayern Munich ending up all the way down on 4th position. So that's something different. Leipzig in 3rd. Let's see, do they have any of the players that any of the 2 players, I should say, but it doesn't look like it. Niklas Sewald and Benjamin Šeško is the players that I was thinking about. So let's have a look at the transfer history and see if we can find them being sold somewhere or leaving the club. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it was in this chain that they are supposed to be. Maybe they weren't back then. And yeah, it seems like they have left. If they've been here, it seems like they have left quite a few seasons ago. Come on. Oof. We are going far back here now. Still, none of them shows up. They're not even retired or something like that here. Niklas, but not Stavold. 25, 26. We have nothing like that. 24, 25. We can't find them there either. There is a Benjamin here, but he's Benjamin Müller. 23, 24. Niklas Janvier. Gerhard, no, none of them. Peter, no, none of them. I think this is the very, no, it's the second season here now. Emil Forsberg went to Milan. Let's see, let's go on here. Good, and we have a lot of Conrad Leiner. No, none of them there. And the very first season then? No. Marcel Sabitzer. He's been retired as well. So I guess it wasn't in Leipzig then. What am I? Where? It's got to be some other Red Bull team then that I'm thinking about. Yeah, it's got to be. I thought it was in, but maybe they play. Maybe Šeško plays in Leipzig now, but he played in another Red Bull team before. I'm gonna be checking out that. Salzburg, Red Bull Salzburg. It might be. I want to find them though. So yeah, we're going to be looking at that. Let's see, Bundesliga. Šeško. No Benjamin Šeško. I don't know if Benjamin. Let's see, is there a Benjamin Šeško? No, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. Maybe I'll shake it out in between the cuts here. But that's the German. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic there. Was not intentionally. I'm very sorry about that. So yeah, Dortmund, Hertha, Leipzig, Bayern Munich, and Gladbach, Wolfsburg there, and Stuttgart is the team that we might be facing in the Conference League there out in Europe. So yeah, let's have a look at the cup competition in Germany. Got to be the Pokal here, where Dortmund lost against Hertha. So Hertha won the German Cup. I don't know, do they have a second cup here? Well, this Super Cup is not. I think that's the meeting between the cup and the. So that's not. I think that's the Community Shield, the German version of the Community Shield. So not very interesting. So let's move on and to the next country to see what we find. Now we have Italy coming up and the Serie A, and we go into it and we go profile, and here we see AC Milan winning the league before Juventus, Inter and Napoli, and Sassuolo. I've never heard of that team. That's a cool name, but a weird one. They will be drawn in our competition next season. That's Europa Conference thingamajig. As Jadon Sancho playing in Milan here. How old is he now? He is 33. Interesting. And he's top in the assists together with the other two there. Playing in Milan, so he won the Italian league here. That's cool. Carlos Fortes. Harry Carroll, he seems to be showing up a lot. Yeah, that's that left defender that I was trying to get a hold of quite a few years ago. And he became something really good, I can see. So yeah, is he back or did he not leave in? Is this before he left for Paris? No, it's before he left for Paris Saint-Germain. So he's still in AC Milan in this game. That's cool. Really cool, to be honest. Yeah. There is a couple of names. Harry Carroll I've seen, and of course Jadon Sancho I know about. That is not many names that shows up here. Most of them are regens, of course. And yeah, interesting to have a look at this table here as well. And we can see Empoli, Genoa, and Cittadella are the teams going out. And let's have a look. One step down. And we go league table. Parma is coming back up. Monza is coming up. And then these are all going to have a playoff, so that this league isn't really over yet. Okay, I know that then now. Let's move on and see how the cup went in this. And what is the cup in this? That's the Italian Super Cup. That's going to be the Coca-Cola Super Cup, the Italian Fanta. I mean, what is this? Is this a division or a cup? I think it looks like this is a cup. I think this is the cup. I'm really bad at this. It's only semi-finals here. The season isn't over but this isn't the real cup. That can't be the real cup. That's the Serie B. I think these are leagues, so maybe this is the cup. Holders Roma. Roma won it. This got to be the top. Coppa Italiana Fanta. So that's the cup in Italy. Roma is the winner of that cup. I'm sorry for not being really knowledgeable about Italian thingamajigs, but I think we're done with Italy there. So let's move on to the last league that we're going to check up on here. It's Spain. So let's start with La Liga, where we can see Real Madrid has one profile. We're going here. It's Real and Barcelona all the way. We have to go back to the beginning. I think that is the first season that I played here. So Atletico Madrid has won it too, and after that it's only Real Madrid and Barcelona that has won the league. So yeah. And as I said, Real Madrid winning this year. Barcelona in the second position. Atletico de Madrid in third. For me, that makes this league a bit boring. And I think the Premier League has become a bit boring as well, because it has become one or two teams league in England as well. I hope it will become better again, but I mean, even when United were a powerhouse, we still had to fight against Newcastle, Arsenal, Chelsea. There were still a lot of teams that could challenge us for the trophy, but in Spain, sure, the rivalry between Real Madrid and Barcelona, I think. If I'm to be comparing, let's say, United being one of those teams, I think United had it easier back then against the second best teams in the English league than Real Madrid has it against Barcelona. I'm pretty sure about that. But other than that, I think there is so few teams that are good in Spain, and I think that is mostly because of the TV money in Spain. It's pretty much divided between these two teams, and then the leftovers is given to some of the other teams. I think the system in England where you get a sum wherever you end up in the league, you get a sum of money, and it of course gets lower and lower the lower you get in the league. But I think that's okay, instead of in Spain the money ending up in Real Madrid and Barcelona's pockets. Elche, Cadiz and Tenerife went out. Let's have a look at who went up. Espanyol and Celta Vigo, and there's still playoff being played here as well. That's unfortunate, but yeah, no really famous names here, to be honest. And let's have a look if the cup has been played, but I think that's going to be there. El Rey, Copa El Rey, where Atletico Madrid actually won it against Real Madrid in the final. Maybe we should go back to the 5th round and go in a tree to see where Barcelona went out. Not even in the 5th. And who did they went out against? Barcelona not being present here. There they are. Oh, they went out against Real Madrid in the semi-final here. 5-4. Oh, that's it. That's the Spain. We've gone through the Spain as well. Now we need to find... How do we do this then? I haven't really gone through things like this. Club competition here. How this is... But I want Europe. International competition. FIFA World Cup, Nation, Europa Champions, European Champion Qualifier. This is all for a national side. This here is where we want it. We start with UEFA Champions League, and we can see United beaten Liverpool in the final with 4-0, which is interesting. And let's see Liverpool's sorry, journey. They beat out Tottenham, or they beat out Dortmund there, and then they beat out Tottenham, then they won against Real Madrid, and then they lost against United in the final. United won against Lyon, then they won against Hertha, then they won against Paris Saint-Germain, and then they beat Liverpool in the final. So yeah, interesting. Next competition, not coming up there, so we're gonna have to jump back and forth like this again, I guess. Yeah, Europa League, and we're gonna go back to the knockout stage here as well, and we see a tree. Inter won it, and they went through the knockout stage by beating Fenerbahce, Sporting, Napoli, and then Villarreal in the final. Villarreal went the way. Let's see where they are. Why can't I find them back here? They should be here somewhere. Or did they jump in? They went in the second knockout round, I guess. They didn't have to play in the first one. So they beat out Ajax, then Valencia, then Lazio, and then lost the final against Inter. That's an interesting way to go as well. And then we have one more European competition to look upon here. Let's see, can we... Yeah, we could press it a second time. And that's the Europa Conference League here. Let's go back to the knockout stage, and we have it in 3. Dundee United winning that one against AZ. And that's interesting. I think that's a Dutch team, and that is, of course, a Scottish team. Let's have AC's way first. They were qualified to the second round, first of all. They beat out Real Zaragoza Then they beat out Hibernian, and then they beat out PSV Eindhoven, and then losing against Dundee on penalties nonetheless in the final. Let's see Dundee's way. They had to start all the way in the first knockout, beating out Molde, beating out Maritimo, beating out Bayer Leverkusen. That's a big one. Then Ranheim, and as I said, then Aziz in the final. That's nice. Very, very nice and cool. And I don't know if we are done with the competitions there, actually. I think we're going to have a last little thing that we're going to look at before we do that cut. And then we go through the club, Welling, our club, in the second cut of this episode. So, but we're going to have a look if we can find, because it's on my mind now, and then we need to go in here. We're going to go to Europe. We're going to be, I think it's Switzerland we need to go to find that Salzburg. Oh crap. Red Bull. Come on. There should be some Red Bull here, and I thought I was going to get to see they haven't won anything. That's a troubling thing. Now the question is, even if I find them, Red Bull, I think it spells something. No, guess not. Salzburg. Let's see. There they are, Red Bull Salzburg. And let's go through their transfer history, because it doesn't seem like, well, we can go through the players first of all to see if anybody is there. There is no Benjamin Šeško here, is there? No. Very weird, to be honest. Let's go through this, and let's 2021 here. None that we recognize. None that we recognize. Where can they be? I can't really spell that. Sorry about that. Karim Adeyemi. That's a player we recognize. I'm sorry about that. Something in my throat that is not going good. How old is he now? He's 31. And wonder how his ability is in this version. Interesting, interesting. Let's continue forward here. Tom Donovan, Bello. Maybe they never left the clubs. Maybe they played here until they retired. And in that case, I'm not going to find them here either, am I? Even if they were here. Benjamin Wagner. I don't know if there is any more Red Bull teams, so yeah, I'm not going to find them, am I? Maybe I'll do a search off, and I start the second half of this episode in that way. But I'm going to call it for this cut of this part of this episode. And I'll be back, well, I'll be back immediately, but I'll disappear from you for an instant. But for me, it will be a couple of hours, I think. So see you soon. And so here, the second part of this episode. Hopefully the closing part of this episode. Let's talk about the finances here. Let's start. We now, thanks to the prize money that we got and everything for the league, we have almost £90 million. which is good. We see the income here, prize money for the Premier League there. Sponsorship, almost 18 million. TV revenue, 8.5. So quite good of an income. Expenditures, player wages is of course a major concern because it's rising and rising and rising. Of course, we want to keep our players. Let's have a little summary here. You can see how we have been forced to raise the salary to our players, and yeah, let's have a look at salary commitments. It's a lot of money going out in that. Code of conduct is not interesting here. Summary for FFP. Yeah. Here we have depth and loan, no net debt and transfer debt. We have almost 74 millions. That's all those clauses where we pay installments because we've bought players that we hope are future stars and stuff like that. Some of them has become stars. Players like Juan Carlos Pena, Briones, both of them I think are having quite large installments. So yeah. Sponsorship, we have raised this, I don't know really how much, but yeah, it's been, we are gaining more money there now, which is good, really good. Projection is see and so. Profit lost here, you can see that it goes smaller and smaller. We are quite, and that's going to happen unless we get into the Champions League or something. We are going to earn less because in order for us to be able to try and compete, we're going to get higher salaries and so on and so forth, and everything is going to be more expensive. That's just the way it is. And unless we grow in reputation and in success and everything at the same time, we're not going to be able to fix the economy in that easy way. We're going to have to eventually sell our star players, and then we're going to fall in the Premier League and stuff like that. But hopefully we can continue to grow and continue to find or develop young players and make them into star players for the club and so on and so forth. And the vision is they still actually wants me to end up in mid-table next. That's the expectation they have for me for next year. That's good. Conference, they want me to reach the final of that one, which is kind of weird. Mid-table is okay for the Premier League, but Europa Conference League, they want me to reach the final. So that's going to be tough. It's going to be extremely tough. And of course, they decided to expand the stadium this year as well. This time, we're not going to have to move away. They're just going to close down a part of the stadium, and so we're going to have a deducted amount of room for people, and we're going to go through that and have a look at what that means in numbers later on. But yeah, those two are the goals for the next season, and of course the continuing here, we play entertaining football, work within the wage budget, and expand the stadium is something apparently they want here to happen. So yeah. And then we have members, chairman. We only have a chairman, which is Callum McGee. And then we go to club info. No, there's more here. There's performance. Let's have a look at that. The board are very pleased with our overall leadership of the team. I have a B. and I think maybe I should have an A, but yeah. Club vision, receiving that. Match performance, they want me to be better there, I guess. Yeah, Watford wasn't a very good one. Neither was Nottingham Forest. The United game was a really good one, though. And against Tottenham was a very important draw there. So, yeah. Transfer activity. I don't know. Tactics. No reaction. Yeah, pleased with that. Possession, they're pleased pressing. They're defending. I'm happy that too many goals have been conceded. I understand that. Squad. Club atmosphere is excellent. That's good. Managerial support is excellent. That's good. This can change very, very quickly if things go sour in the start of the season. If the start of the season becomes a line of losses, we're going to be struggling in this department. So, yeah, let's get into the club info. You can see the profile here. Our captain, Lukic. Vice captain is Martin Turney. Key player, Diogo Briones. Hot prospect is Jan Partridge. And, yeah. Do we have something else to go through here? We can see I've been in charge for 663 games. We have won 326. We have drawn 147. We have lost 190. We have made 1,170 goals. We have conceded 800. That's a goal difference of 370 and a win percentage of 49. I want to get above 50 again there. That's my goal, my first goal. And to get something in here again would be nice. I think I got League One, Vanarama National League, and the Papa John's Trophy. And I think I actually have FA Trophy as well, haven't I? So I have 4. I think they had these 2 when I started. The Vanarama National League South and Kalagas League Premier Division. This one they had, I know. And I think they had this one. And these, I believe, are the ones that I have won with this club. So I'm proud of the trophies that I've brought to the club, and I'm proud to have taken them to the Premier League. I'm extremely proud now to have brought them out to Europe, of course. Let's go through the facilities. Welling United Stadium. Yeah, we are down to 17,470 all-seater because it's reduced by 2,600 because of the expansion, which is going to give us almost 27,000 room for almost 27,000. Now, considering we are in London, I think we can actually sustain a good amount of spectators here, and maybe we can fill out that arena in the future. Hopefully we can. History summary. We can see how we've climbed. I'm not being in charge here. I took over, was it here? I think this is my first season. When we finished 9th. Then we finished 4th. We won in the playoffs. Then we went to 5th in the Vanarama National League. We won the Vanarama National League. And then we went 14th in League 2. We went 2nd in League 2. And then we went 4th in the League 1. And then we won the League 1. And then we ended up 2nd in the Championship. And since then we've been 12. We've been 13, we've been 8th, and this season we've been 7, which is fantastic. Founded in 1963, Welling United are a professional English club currently playing in the Premier League. Welling United will be looking to build on the mid-table finish in the Premier League last season. The club play their home games at Welling United Stadium and possesses state-of-the-art training facilities and youth facilities. The club also has exceptional academy coaching and exceptional youth recruitment network. The club retains a fierce rivalry with Dartford. I don't think we have so much rivalry with them anymore, but okay. As a club which enjoyed its best spell of success during the 2020s and their last competition win coming as recently as 2028, Welling United are a club with a growing history. Welling United finished runners-up in the English second tier for the only time in 2029, won the English third tier for the only time in 2028, finished runners-up in the English fourth tier for the only time in 2026, won the EFL trophy in 2028, and finished runners-up once. So, yeah. Record most league apps by a player. Toby Egan currently holds the record for most Welling United career league appearances with a total of 353. Oscar Thorne's 280 outings is the highest amount active players. So he still needs to get 73 to even get close or to get the same as Toby Egan. I don't think Oscar Thorne is going to play 73 more games for us. So I'm hoping, to be honest, that Harkin might be the player to get there and maybe beat Toby Egan one day. Toby Egan was a long-serving and yeah, he was terrific throughout the years. He's in Manchester City now as a reserve keeper for them. So yeah, most clean sheets currently holds the Toby Egan for the clean sheets in a season with a total of 30. Eamon Harkin has shut out the opposition on 10 occasions this term. So he got 10 clean sheets. That's all. That's 20. Well, he has plenty of seasons to try and beat that. But Toby Egan played when we were way down, and perhaps we were a stronger side for most divisions than we are even close to being in the Premier League. So, yeah. Kits, we have the red and we have the blue one. Managers, well, Steve Lowell was the manager when I took over. Then it's been only me 12 years and 377 days, which means that I'm going into season 13. Ooh, or have we played 13 now? Which it should be for season 12, right? So we're going to start season 13. I think it is that anyway. Or maybe it is season 14. I'm going to have to take a look at that later on. But yeah, it's all melting together here now. I mean, 13 years should be 13 seasons, shouldn't it? We'll have to see. What else? Is there anything else? Yeah, transfer history is, I think that's just this season. So that's all transfers. No, that's nothing. That's just something that we can go through that we're gonna go through, I should say, in the next episode. I think the general here is not much to look at. We have legends. It's me and it's Oscar Thorne. Those are the only legends in this club. Icons, there's a lot of them. Favorite are a couple, 3 of them. So average ticket price is 36. Season ticket price is 780. Season tickets holders is 18,039. So I don't know How are we going to get room for all of them? That's actually a bit worrying. But yeah, news. Yeah, I hope you don't get him. I don't want to sell Briones. That's the national coach, by the way. So yeah, he can play for the national coach without the national team. That's one. Romero might be on his way to Arsenal. He's a bit upset with me because I've played him in a way that he doesn't like. He doesn't want to be a ball playing. He wants to be a nonsense. So yeah, Nottingham Forest seems interested in Nezid. River brought into France under 21 squad. Commercial summary. Ward willing to discuss Cox deal. I'm not interested in Cox. I don't know where they got in that from. Welling United qualified for that. Yeah, Trollbird spotted at Wembley. That's when I was at Wembley to look at the FA Cup final because I was a bit worried about that one. This one we have seen. Have we got any? No, we don't have proposed. We don't have any proposed either. Overview in the history here. Competitions. So yeah, we have done quite well. Landmarks. Oh, that's a lot of landmarks. Managers, only me. And this is milestones for me, I guess. Records. This could be a bit interesting. An overview. Modern day. This season, let's go for modern day. Highest league position, 7th. It's the one we got this season. Lowest was 15 in Carlo Gas League Premier Division, way before I took over. Most points in a season, 93. In 87, 85, 86. That's a long time ago as well. Fewest points in a season, in 15, 16. That was before my time. Most league wins in a season, 29 in 85, 86. Fewest league wins in a season was 8 in 15, 16. Most league defeat, 27 in 15, 16. I mean, those are all way back. Do we have something since I've come into it? We do have highest attendance here against Manchester United in the Premier League, 2029. Highest gate, yep. Was in charge then as well. Average attendance, also something. Lowest attendance, oh, that's again Fulham in the Papa John's Trophy, also during my time at the club. Interesting. Biggest win, 11-3, that's mine. Biggest defeat, that's not mine actually, from 1973. Highest scoring match is, of course, the game that I've was. The transfer, Tommy Riva is the most expensive player this club has bought. Highest transfer fee received is 7.5 million for Marcus Jepson to Derby County, also from my time here, of course. Total transfer spending, 160 million almost. That's interesting. Players. Most league goals by a player, 213 from Oscar Thorne. Most overall goals by a player in a season, Oscar Thorne, 44. Most appearance by a player, Toby Egan with 353, we knew that. Most league goals by a player, 41 by Oscar Thorne, a couple of years ago. Highest average rating was Oscar Thorne, also a couple of years ago. Youngest player, 15 years and 260 days, Eamon Harkin, way back in 29. Interesting. Oldest player was Jack Grealish. Yeah, we bought him when we reached the Premier League. That's true. Or signed him for a free transfer, maybe. I don't remember, actually. Fastest goal, 11 second by Victor Fundi. Is he still playing? No, he's hung up his boots. He made 77 appearances for us and 50 goals. He was actually kind of good. And I remember those days. Those was nice days. Most goals by a player in a league match, Chris Proser, 5 goals. Interesting. Most assists by a player in a season, 16 from Eddie Patry. Most clean sheets, Toby Egan there with 30. Most player of the match award, 17 for Corey Andrews, way back in 24-25. How time flies. Corey Andrews. We remember that, don't we? I do anyway. Youngest goal scorer, 16 years and 5 days, Jackson Jones in 2029. Oldest goal scorer, 35 years and 235 days, Jack Grealish against Leeds in the Premier League in 2031, 2 years ago. That's most match won in a row is only 6. All right, most match without losing, 28. That's and it's way back in 23. Most matches lost in a row, 4 in 2021. Most matches without winning, 15 in 2025. Most matches without scoring, 4 games in 2029. That's got to be the first year in the Premier League, isn't it? I think it is, anyway. Most matches without conceding, 7, way back in 28. The season before we went up to the Premier League, I think. The season in the Championship. So we've gone through all that. League position. Yeah, 28-29 Championship. It was this season then. And then that, okay. It can't, never mind. Attendance, you can see here, starting out with a very low 2,000. We are up to almost 27,000 now. Yeah, wrestles, not into sequences, players. Most overall goals by a player in a season. Look at that. Oscar Thorne, since 27-28, has won it every season. That's interesting. Corey Andrews did it 3 years in a row. Oscar Thorne, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years in a row. He's been our top goal scorer now. That is certainly something. And we can find him way back in 22-23. Oh, that's wonderful. And Tom Stacks there with 42 goals. I remember him. There should be other things we can go through. Her youngest player since through the years. Jake Fisher there. Bojang, I wonder if he still plays. Yes, he does. 27 years old now. I don't think he ever blossomed. He's playing in Hull City now. I wonder if he's even playing. No, he's not. Too bad he never blossomed. He had a lot of potential. Luke Collins there, Neil Moore, Eamon Harkin. Oldest player through the year, John Healy. That's the old Manchester United. I'm pretty sure he was a youth player in Manchester, wasn't he? No, I mix him up with somebody else then, I guess. Scott Colbert. He's disappeared from the game. Rory McCall, Emil Hughes, I really liked him. Remember him way back in the days. Youngest goal scorers through the year: Steve Irving, Jake Fisher, Neil Flahaven, Paris Neely. He's actually 18 years and 223 days, and he doesn't exist in the game anymore. Completely left football. Neil Moore, Chris Proser, Aidan Dingy, Jackson Jones, and this year it's Diego Lapena. Interesting to see how many years he was the youngest goal scorer for us, Jackson Jones. Actually 4 years in a row. That's tremendous. Oldest goal scorer, Ben Gardner, Corey Andrews, Charlie Wiggett, Oh, that was a young age that season. 25 years and 119 days, was the oldest goal scorer that season. That's incredible. Oh, that's just incredible. Do we have something else that fans player of the year through the years here? Victor Fundi, Oscar Thorne, Corey Andrews, Eddie Petrie, and of course Oscar Thorne. So it's pretty much the goal scorers that has become fans player of the, and that's not interesting. Transfer records. Let's see, we don't have a lot of received. We didn't sell anybody the first season, it seems, not for any money anyway. Total spending and total income. Yeah, I guess we're done with that side of things. Competition, not much to see here, I think. And the schedule is not interesting. Medical Central, training staff, team reports, tactics, dynamics. We're going to go through the squad here now. And we're going to start at the top. Tony Bailey. We're going to have a look at him. He's 23 years of age. Since he is a goalkeeper, and he has one more year on his contract, his potential is not very good. But since he's only 23, I think I'm going to keep him his last season as well. He's not earning very much, so he could be a good reserve to have if the players get injured and stuff, and hopefully then I can find a new promising goalkeeper before next season is over, and I'll kick him this one out, or just let him his contract run out, so to speak. So we keep him. If we go into development here, no, it's not here. Where was it? Have I? Maybe it doesn't exist in this version of the game. It doesn't seem like it. I wanted to find the progress of the player. I was pretty sure that was in here in the development, but it could be that it doesn't exist. I don't think it exists in this version of the game, so we're just going to have to look at some stats here and go through the players and stuff like that. You can see we have tried to lend him out to try to get him to become better, to develop. Maybe we've lent him out to teams that don't have any good training facilities. Maybe that's the reason why he doesn't develop. But anyway, I think it's too late, so I'm going to give him his contract. I'm going to let him run out his contract at the club, and then he's out of here. Unless some magical thing happens and he starts to develop the coming season. I don't believe he will, but yeah, that could happen, of course. Let's move on to the next keeper. Kieran Dodd here. He's been lent out as well. Feels like he is a bit better, but I don't think he's anywhere near Harkin. I think he was pretty close to Harkin when I decided to put Harkin as a first choice because he was younger. And I think I'm going to keep him as well for the next season. And maybe if he doesn't ask for too much money, I'll sign a new contract with him because he could be a good reserve player to keep. And looking at his history here, he's been here for quite some time now, and he has actually performed quite well when he's gotten the chance here. And this season he hasn't gotten any chance at all to play, which is a bit sad. I should really let him play some games, but every game has been so important for us to reach that 7th position. So yeah, I really don't feel like I wanted to bring him in because of that, and that's the only reason that I don't use him, so to speak. But yeah, he should have been in the under 23 or something, so that he would have gotten some games to play. Now it's been 4 or 5 games, so I think it was in total the entire season. So yeah, he really needs to get some playing time in next season, if at all I'm gonna keep him, which I believe I will. So yeah, let's go on to the next one, which is Arman Harkin. We know his contract runs out now. You can see he has 150 per week in salary, which is a youth contract negotiation here, and we can see provisionally agreed to sign a new 60,000 per week contract on the 25th of June 2033. So 5 days before his contract expires, he has a new contract ready to go. I think that's good. I believe in this keeper. I think he's proven himself to be a really good keeper. He's fought his way into the Northern Ireland first team there, 28 caps for Northern Ireland, and that's actually 28 caps at the age of 19 is pretty good. If he keeps that position in the team, he could be one of the most capped players in the world once he resigned from football. And looking at his history, he's only been in our club, so I guess he's come from our youth academy as well, which means he probably has some love for the club. Let's see if we can find that. His feeling for the club, it got to be on holiday, had no plans for the future. Got to be here in this one. Favorite personnel. Me as a manager, another manager, and Darren Action, former backroom staff. Nicky, former manager, based in England. Agent there, a star player for his country, wonder kid. Doesn't seem to have any love for Welling to talk about here. Northern Irish, and has actually... No, he made a debut against New Zealand. He's fluent in English. He has no second nationality. He's only Northern Irish. So, okay. On holiday, no plans for the future. Loads of positive here. And struggling to connect with Tommy Reaver. That's not good. But yeah. But as I said, he has a contract written, and this is, of course, a very interesting thing as well, that he's come from our youth academy. That's at least that's what I think. I don't remember getting him. It should say free transfer here if we found him and signed him. So he's got to be something that's come from our youth academy. So that's really, really interesting, and I'm very proud of that. That's for sure. But we have gone through him as well then. We have Adam Mercer. Not a very good one, but he fills out the under-18 team. So that's pretty much his only reason to be here. I signed him last season as a youth player, and I'm probably going to kick him out next season because he will become 18 at the end of the next season, so he will be able to play next season in the under 18 as well, and after that he's not going to be eligible to play there. And looking at his potential and his current ability, I don't think he's not going to get anywhere but to be a full out just something that we have, just to be not to be without a keeper if something happens in the under 18, because they're ones that has at least some potential. I'm not saying that he has a lot of potential, because he doesn't. He's only 3 stars in potential, but at least he has some potential, and he has some current abilities as well. So yeah, This one, but I probably wouldn't have signed him if he would have come with that potential, and if I didn't needed to fill out the under 18 team for next season. So, and I can use him for 2 more seasons, and then if he doesn't become anything, I'll kick him out as well. So yeah, maybe I'll sell him when it's time for that. Let's move on. We have a right defender here. Not much. I don't think it's another one of those filling out this the youth clubs. I think, you know what? I think we're gonna do actually change here, because I think we're gonna go through the teams one by one instead, because I think we need to decide that. I'm gonna take pen and paper here now, because I think I'm gonna be writing down the names, because I need the season to end and to get home all my lent players and stuff like that before I can try to sell them, I think. So I'm going to take pen and paper, and sort of write down the names that I want to sell, and so on. Let's go into Pavel Nedved first. He has contract for another 2 seasons, so we're going to keep him. And he's only 21. He's got a lot of potential, and I really need to bring him into the team a lot more than he got to play this season. We need to start to risk things so that he can get our match sharpness up as well. Try to rotate a bit on the central defenders, I think, to use all the 4 possible good central defenders that I have. I will try to rotate a bit on it, and try to have a look at the games and the teams we are facing, so that we sort of use the best players against the best teams and so on. He's been here now for he's made 3 seasons here. That's I wasn't expecting that. 10 million we bought him for, and yeah, I think I want to get something out of those 10 million. So I'm going to start using him next season. We're going to find a way to rotate him into the team, so that we can try and reach his potential ability here, because it would be good to have 4 really good central defenders, especially now that we head out into Europe. That will be very interesting to see what we can do out in Europe, I must say. So that's Pavel Nedved. Let's go on to Carl Coleman. Carl Coleman has not reached any potential that I want him to. So that's the first player that I'm gonna write down here. Carl Coleman. That's a player that as soon as he comes back from his Lendy, I'm gonna try and sell him, because I don't think he will ever reach even that potential that he has. I believe his potential was higher before, but he's 27 now, and he's not even going to reach that 2.5 star. I'm pretty sure about that. So yeah, we're going to try and sell him and see if we can get any money for him. I mean, even if we only get the 550,000 that he's worth at the moment, I'm pretty sure that will be good enough for me. Then we have Stuart Rodwell Grant. We will try to keep him, of course. That's another one we want to have rotating in the defense. He has a contract until 35, so hopefully he'll stay for that amount of time. Let's see how long he's been here. I bought him for 300,000 actually. I thought I got him for free, but I paid 300,000 way back in 26-27 after he made 4 seasons in Manchester United's youth system there. He's played quite well for us, and I'm I'm quite pleased to have him in the team. And counting his seasons here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 season now in Welling United. And yeah, hopefully get at least another 2 seasons before he leave us. And yeah, that's hopefully he can bring us glory in this way. Then we have Jesus Romero. I think he made his first season this year. I think he's the best defender, central defender I have. And I feel that I want to keep him, but he wants to leave because he's unhappy with my tactics. So, and he's wanted by Hertha from the German league. So, but I don't want to sell him, and he's contracted all the way to 37. So, yeah, maybe I'll sell him in 36 to try and get something back from the transfer we paid for him. We're just gonna have to wait and see there. And yeah, I think he made his first season, as I said, 37 games, 6.95, 2 assists, didn't score any goals, and he was in Spain before this. I paid 60 million, so yeah, it's not worth that at the moment. Let's have a look at his. He has actually me as a favorite person, and that's weird. He's irritated with me, but he still loves me. That's a weird one. Well, we're going to keep him, so he's not going to leave. Erasati is another one that I feel I want to use more. Get him into the team a lot more, because I do have faith in him. I do believe that he can be a good player for us. Seeing he's done 2 seasons now, and I think I think this is the player that will be mostly considered being a reserve player, being on the bench, but he can jump in. He can actually play both on the right and the left and the center, and I think he is the one that I want to have playing the least amount of games from the start. So I mean, if I do rotate with the other 3, with Nesid, Romero, and Rodwell Stewart-Grant, and then keep Erasati on the bench and bring him on when something happens in the central defender. I need to bring in a central defender and keep that third player that doesn't play. I mean, one of those, the Stewart-Grant, the Nesid, and the Romero, the one that doesn't play that week, I keep him completely out of the team and keep Erasati on the bench. I think that will be the best way. He's contracted to 36, so it's 2 years left on his contract, so no problems there in that sense. So, and as I said, he's been here for 2 seasons now. Didn't get to play more than 11 games this season, so that's a bit of a setback maybe for him. Then we have Juan Carlos Pena. I know this player, I don't want to lose this one. He only have 2 seasons left on his contract, and I don't think I'm going to get him to sign a new contract, especially not a contract where I can keep him on quite a low salary like he is on now, £21,000. I'm going to let him play this season that's coming up, or maybe we'll see if he's interested in signing a new contract with the same salary, or maybe just a slim or a small raise of the salary. Then because he's only worth 2.3 million. I feel that he's a brilliant footballer and that he's made a terrific season and everything. So I have very high hopes for Juan Carlos Pena. and the potential ability here is very high as well. So I do believe that this is a player that's going to be a superstar, and I want to have him at the club when he becomes a superstar. So I think maybe I'll try to find another piece of paper. Let's see if I can tear out a piece of paper and sort of write down players I want to negotiate new contracts. Penna. I'm just going to write Penna. That's contracts. So we have 2 pages here. One where we have players we want to sell, and one where we want to negotiate the contracts. I'm not going to do that because I think that's going to take too long of a time. We're taking a lot of time in this episode. We have not gone through the defense yet, and yeah. There we're going to Diego Briones, another one that we are definitely not going to get rid of. I'm going to try to write him down as contract as well. Briones. And because I want to keep him as well, of course. And he's been here for 2 seasons as well. So that's interesting. Let's move on. We need to put some pace up here now. I think Eddie Petrie is done. I think we're going to try to get some money for him. His contract runs out the next year. He has 1 more year left. So I'm going to try and sell Eddie Petrie once he comes back from his loan. I'm just going to write Eddie there. And he's been here for many years, and in that sense it's a bit sad to release him, but we're just gonna have to do it. We can't be too sentimental. Tom Harness is a player that's going to leave after this season. His contract runs out now, and I don't feel that I have any use of this player, so he's gonna get to leave. Dominic Novak, his contract runs out 35, so that's another 2 seasons. That's okay. He's 23. There's no way I want to do anything more than... I'm not going to try to negotiate a contract with him either, because he's worth 30 million, and I don't think he's going to be settling for anywhere close to 20,000 per week. He might become mad at me during the season, because I think he's going to be wanting to negotiate a new contract. He's been here for quite some years now, and yeah, I don't think he got... I had to lend him out there at the start because he didn't get a work permit. So yeah. Then we have Tommy Reaver. I don't have much to say about Tommy Reaver. We all know that he made his first season for us now, and he made a terrific season, and probably one of our better players. And I don't want to lose him, and I'm not going to negotiate any contract because he's signed the contract, which is quite expensive for this club, 96,000 per week until 30-36. So yeah. Nothing going to happen there. Message has 2 years left on his contract. Maybe we'll try to negotiate a new contract with him. I'm gonna put him up for negotiation here on the paper. I'm gonna do that off camera, of course, because I want to take a look if we can sign a new contract with him. Sanju Senjin. Same here. He's got a contract to 36, and he's definitely not going to sign any contract near the ones that he has. Maybe we'll try. We try. Senjin. We're going to try to contract negotiation with him as well and try to keep it at that, but prolonging the contract. Let's hope we can do that. Looking at things, how time flies away here, I think we're only going to go through the first team, actually. and then I'm gonna have to go through the rest of it myself. I did not expect this to be such a long episode. I wasn't expecting it to take this long to go through the players, to be honest. Especially since I don't have the progress part of... Yeah, here it is. All of a sudden, here it is. That's what I was looking. We can't go back. We're not going to go back and go through all the players, but I know that it exists in this one then. Jackson Jones is another one that we won't sell, but I will put him up for maybe try to get a prolonged contract with him, since I want to keep a low salary on him. We can take a look at the progress and the attributes and all times, and we can see that he's done some terrific developments through the years here. Look at that. And yeah, that's going to be interesting to follow. Absolutely. And he's been here now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he comes from our own youth academy, which is very interesting. So yeah, his career is going to be very interesting to follow. I don't know if he has any problems with, no. And there is nothing about him loving the club or something. He's an Australian player as well, but he's played for the under-21. Maybe Steve Clay will convince him to join Australia, and that could be a really nice pair to play together in the Australian team, that's for sure. And yeah, I think that's an interesting player for the future as well. And we do have some interesting players here. Alex Garmenia will come back. I will try to negotiate contract with him as well at the beginning of next season. I think I'm going to write him a bit down so that I know that it's the next season, because then I can make the contract go from this when his contract runs out. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And he's been here for 2 years now. And yeah, I paid a lot for him, and he's definitely not worth that now. So yeah, we're going to need him to start developing. So maybe we'll give him a couple of games. And if we want to lend him out, it's certainly going to be to a lot better team than to Nordsjælland. That's for sure. Let's move on. Martin Turdey. I'm going to keep him. I mean, he doesn't seem to reach his potential. He's 26 now. He seems to have stopped in his development, which is a bit sad. I don't know if there is a better position for him to really be in than this one. If we take a look, let's go into midfield left. Yeah, he's inverted winger on attack. And how do we play in the tactics? Does he play as an inverted winger? Yeah, inverted winger attack. So there shouldn't be a problem there. He should be comfortable there. Ash McHarry is another one that I've decided I need to try to sell. He's 26. He's never going to reach anything, and his potential has gone down quite considerable. So I believe he was nowhere near the potential he was showing in the beginning. That's too bad. But that means I'm going to try to sell him, and hopefully we'll get something for him. Yeah. Diego La Pena is something that I have very high hopes for. I believe in him. He will continue to be the reserve player to jump in. He made his first season. He came on a free transfer, and let's see, his contract runs out 36. I believe I'm not going to try to sign a new contract with him. You can see he's already worth quite a bit. So I think he's going to be demanding quite a bit higher salary if I do that. So yeah, let's move on. Lukic has, oh, I'm going to have to, and I'm going to do that down there with Alex, because I'm just going to write Lukic. Once the new season starts, I'm going to have to try and sign a new contract with him, which will start when this one runs out. That's why I want to wait until the next season before I try to sign a new contract with him. He is 23 only, and we of course want to keep him because he's been very good for us. And let's say he's very, I'm one of his favorite personnel, so it's not going to be that hard, I guess. He has nothing to say about the club, and 581 days left until he becomes English. He's a Serbian player, speaks English fluent, that's good. And yeah, let's see, how long has he been here for now? All 4 years. He signed when I reached Premier League. My very first season in the Premier League, I bought him. I wonder when I signed him, if it was a January window. I think it was a January window. I'm pretty sure it was a January window when I think about it. I remember talking about in January we get a couple of, we got him and things turned around for us, and we I think he saved us from going out of the Premier League pretty much in that first season. So yeah, so that's and I don't know how he has developed since he came. Let's see, all time, well, not much, not anywhere close to how what's his name, Jackson Jones has developed. So maybe he plays too many games, and maybe it will be better now that next season we're going to be going around on these three. We're going to start a rotation system with these three players and hope that things will work itself out in that sense. Oscar Thorne got 2 more years left on his contract, so he's not going anywhere. And yeah, we need to find someone new before he leaves, and he's 29 now. So he's getting up there where we need to find a new striker to get developed into a good player. But I think we're going to find that, hopefully. Let's go, let's see, history here. We can see he played 2 seasons for us back then, and then came back 27, 28, and has stayed here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. And he's been tremendous those 6 seasons. So yeah, really a favorite of the clubs, and the fans love him. So it's going to be hard to get rid of him, to be honest. I think if I get a really good offer for him and I sell him, I think the fans is going to be really mad at me, because I think they want me to keep him. He's been our goal scoring king for, what is it, 6 seasons or something like that now. So yeah. Then we have Steve Clay, the last player that we go through. I'm going to go through the youth players and stuff like that on my own later on, because this is really running out. We've been over an hour of this episode, and I really don't want to make them so long, because I'm afraid that OBS will stop working. That's why I have turned into the way that I play this team, or this way. So yeah. Steve Clay, as I said, he's been here for quite some time now, and let's have a look at how he's progressed through the years here. Oh, he's done some good progress, I must say. I like that. How long has he been here? 3 years now. And I think it's time for him. As I said, next season we're going to rotate on those 3 strikers. I think it's about time that he is given the opportunity to play. Otherwise, he's not going to reach his potential, first of all. And second of all, I think he's going to be a good replacement for either Lukic or Oscar Thorne, whoever is the first one to go of them. Is contracted until 37, so no worries about that. Yeah, that's it. I guess that's it. We've gone through the first team, so yeah. I was thinking that I was going to go through all the teams. I'm going to go through under 23, under 18 and everything, but I'm going to have to do that off camera because otherwise this episode will be 3-4 hours long, and I don't think you want to look at an episode for that many hours or for that long of a time. So that's why I'm going to be satisfied now that I've gone through the first team. I hope this was an interesting idea. Do leave a comment if you think that I should actually go through the under 23 and under 18 as well. I would do it, and I would sort of make a pause in the recording here so that I don't get the problems that I did get with OBS before, which made me switch into the way that I record videos now, where I don't record for way too long. Before, I mean, in the start of this welling save, I recorded every minute I played during all the 3 games that I played, 3 or 4 games. So yeah, it really was a long time that I recorded at once. So now I've cut it down, and I don't think that we're going to continue now. So we're going to have to give it up now. And I don't want to do more outfilling episodes where you don't get to see games. So now I'm going to do that off camera with the under 23 and under 18. I'm going to go through every player and see who I'm going to keep and who I'm going to be stacking or try to sell and everything. And I guess next week for you will be the preseason episode where I play one game, which will be probably I think it's going to be the first league game of the season. I will have gone through the entire preseason thingamajig, and I'm going to go through there in the first or the episode 0, as I call it, because it's a pre-season look upon what has happened during the summer. I will show if I've gotten players sold and which I've been able to buy and stuff like that. You know the drill if you've been following me, and I'm going to see you there then, I hope. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Do like, subscribe, leave a little comment, and share with your friends. And I'm just going to say, stay safe out there, have heaps of fun, and I'll end with a bye-bye-bye.